What's up, friends? My name is Ray. Thank you for tuning into this class. Today's class is going to be an intermediate flow, so it's going to be strong and challenging at some points. So if you are completely new to yoga, then I don't recommend this class. But if you are healthy and strong in the body and you are used to yoga movements, then by all means, give this class a shot. So it's going to be around a 40-45 minute class. All you need is your mat. Maybe blocks if you use blocks in your practice. If you don't have blocks and you kind of want to be more comfortable folding forward in certain positions, then you can always use a stack of books. So that's it. Let's get started at the back of our mat. Standing, we're going to be in a standing forward fold. So start in the back of your mat. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, we fold forward. Start to bend those knees, one knee then the other. If you're practicing in the morning, then you might feel a little bit tight. So just kind of ease in to this forward fold. Bend the left knee, then the right. Do that a few times. And then when you're ready, kind of straighten out those legs. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Focusing on that breath. Bring the hands back down to the mat if they are on the mat or on the shins. Let's inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. One more. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Bend those knees slightly. Inhale, let's roll up the spine slowly up to standing. Swing those arms up over the head. Exhale, bring the hands to chest in prayer. Close the eyes here. Maybe set an intention for the practice before we really get started and move into our bodies. Whatever that intention is. Remember to focus on the breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Preferably with ujjayi, so that ocean breath, that little humming sound in the breath, that constriction of the throat. Try and keep that throughout the entire practice, even when things get difficult, if they get difficult. Let's inhale. Swing the arms back up. Now grab your left wrist with the right hand. Exhale. Side stretch to the right. Opening that left side body. Keeping that chest from collapsing. Keeping it facing forward. Maybe tilted slightly upward. One line down from the hands all the way to the feet. So your hips aren't sticking out forward or backward. Inhale, come back up. Grab that right wrist. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Breathing. Inhale, come back up to center. Maybe take a slight back bend here. So engage the glutes. And then reach those hands slightly backward. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, let's walk those hands forward to a plank pose. Good. Hands underneath the shoulders, tailbone tucked in, core engaged. On your next exhale, bring down the knees. Now bring the hands closer to the knees. We're going to stay on our toes so the feet are tucked. going to just warm up the wrist slightly. So move forward into the wrist. Keep those arms straight and backward. Forward, backward, forwards, backwards. 2 more. Good. Now come forward. Now we're just going to rotate in a clockwise way, keeping that wrist warm-up going. Just a couple of times. We'll be on the wrists a little bit. Let's switch sides. So we want to make sure to warm them up. When I first started yoga, my left wrist, within several months, started to hurt. I just wasn't warming it up as much as I should have. Good. Sit back on the heels. Shake out those hands. Let's come back into a plank pose. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. First downward dog of the practice. So just bend one knee and then the other. Press into those fingers. Straighten those arms out. Reach the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, move forward to plank pose. Let's hold it here for 10 seconds. Bring those knees down, those elbows down. Glide through. Glide that chest through. We're coming into an upward dog. Engage the glutes. The feet are about hip width apart. Maybe wider. Exhale. Hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Hold it here. Pressing into those fingers. Biceps facing outward. So that kind of inner elbow facing forward. Exhale, bring those knees down, elbows down, glide through into an upward dog. Press into the hands, open up the chest, engage the glutes, feet as wide as you want them. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, move forward into plank. Holding it here for another 10 seconds. Nice straight line. Exhale, knees down, elbows down, glide through. On the inhale, we come into upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog, good. Inhale, move forward into plank. Now bring those feet together, toes to touch. Bring the hand, or rather the weight onto your right hand. We're coming into a side plank. So bring that left arm up. Pressing into that right shoulder, the right fingers. Keeping those hips from collapsing. Now place your left hand onto your left hip. And then we're going to just do a couple of hip dips. So lower, and then come up. 1, lower, come up. 2, lower, come up. 3, 2 more. 5. Good. Bring that left arm up and over the head, really stretching that left side body again. Exhale, left hand back down, plank pose. Holding it here. Bring those feet together, toes to touch. We're going to move on to our left hand, so side plank on the left side. Pressing into the left hand, left shoulder, a nice engaged plank. Your hips not collapsed here. You want to give yourself a nice straight line. Bring your hand onto the right hip. Let's do these hip dips. Lower, come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Right arm back up. Bring it over the head. Stretching the right lat. Exhale, right hand down. Feet apart. Inhale, move forward high onto the toes. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come high onto those toes. Walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. We coming into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend those knees, roll up the spine. Swing those arms up. Exhale, hands to chest in prayer. Inhale, swing the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or float the feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Roll out that ankle, that right ankle. So kind of make circles with the big toe clockwise a few times, and then switch sides and do it counterclockwise, just warming up the ankle. Good. Inhale, come high up onto the left toes. Exhale, we bring that right foot between the hands. We move up into a crescent lunge. Swing those arms up. Engage the left glute. Now you can straighten your leg, your back leg. It'll make this pose a little bit easier. The more you bend that left knee, kind of more pressure you put into the right thigh. So the more your right thigh has to do work. I kind of do somewhere in the middle. It just feels good for me. Try and bring that left heel forward. So not back. Try and bring it forward. Working the left shin and calf a little bit more. Inhale, left arm forward, right arm back for a revolved crescent. Really twisting from the core here, not really the upper body. I mean, the upper body is twisting for sure, but you're really twisting from the core. Good. Now start to lean forward slightly with that left hand. We're going to lift up into a revolved half moon. So keeping that left arm in front, bringing it forward, down in front of you for a revolved half moon, keeping that nice twist in the upper body so your chest is facing the right side of the room, fingers down on the mat in front of you. Trying to straighten out that left leg. Your toes can be pointed down or pointed to the back of the room. Good. Exhale, bring that right hand down to meet the left. We're coming into a warrior 3 prep. Fingers down on the mat in front of you. Pressing into your right foot, into the right toe, the right big toe. Really extending that left leg back. We're going to do 3 Shiva squats here. So exhale, bend that left knee. Bring the left knee to the outside of the right calf. You can use your hands here to help you. Inhale, back up to warrior 3 prep. Exhale, bend the left knee taps outside of the right calf. Back up to warrior 3. Last one. Exhale, bend the left knee. Tap outside of the calf. Inhale, back up. Good. Warrior 3 prep is where we meet. On your inhale, rise up. Keep that left foot gliding. Don't bring it down to the ground. Bring the left foot to the inside of your right leg, above or below the knee, anywhere that's comfortable for you. Hands to chest in prayer. Good. Tree pose, a nice standing balance, focusing on one point here. Meditating in this pose, breathing, coming back to the breath if you lost it. Coming back to that intention if you set one. Inhale, bring the left knee up towards the chest. And then we're going to extend that left leg as much as you can. If it's not fully straight, that's okay. But just try here. That's the point. If you're not getting it exactly, that's okay. But try and straighten that leg as much as you can. Keep that upper body straight, not leaning back. Really straight. This is very good for your hip flexors, for the left thigh. Exhale, let's swing that left leg back to the back of the mat. We're going to come down into a Skandasana to the left. Side lunge. If your left heel is lifted, that's okay. We're not going to stay here for too long. Good. Now inhale, come back up. We're meeting in a warrior two. So bend that right knee. Think of a 90-degree angle. Point the left toes in slightly, more in than the heels. Extend those arms. Front and back, right arm in front of you, left arm back. Gazing over the fingers, really broadening the shoulders, sinking into that right thigh for a nice warrior two. Breathing, focusing on the breath, engaging that left glute slightly. Now we're going to take a vinyasa. The option here to bring the knees down is always available, but if you want to do the harder version, then we're going to keep one leg lifted. So we're going to keep our right leg lifted as we do a one-legged plank, lowering down to a one-legged chaturanga. So take a deep inhale here, and then as we exhale, you swing those hands down, right leg forward, or backward rather, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring that right foot between the hands. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Let's do two more of these. So basically one-legged plank down to one-legged chaturanga, and then we go into upward dog, downward dog, back to warrior two. So you'll get the hang of it. Exhale, swing those hands down, right foot back, hovering, lower down, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Right leg up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Inhale, swing those arms up, warrior two. Exhale, swing the arms down, right foot back, hovering, lower, one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, right foot between the hands. Inhale, we come into a warrior two. Nice. Breathing here. Holding this warrior two for just a few more breaths. Exhale, let's bring those hands down. Step the right foot back into plank pose. Inhale, move forward high onto the toes. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Get yourself arranged here. Bring those elbows beneath the shoulders, hands down. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So engage the glutes, press into the hands, press into the forearms, open up that chest. If you want to go deeper here, press into the hands, lift the elbows up for seal. Keep those shoulders, those collarbones broad. Exhale, lower down. Lower that chest down. We're going to come into a snake pose. So interlock the fingers behind the back. Maybe point the index fingers backward. And then as you inhale, we're going to lift up that chest. Exhale, lower. Let's do 4 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up, reaching those hands back. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Last one. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Lower. Now bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Tuck those toes. Lift up the knees, the thighs. Press into the hands. We come up into a plank pose. Good. Holding it here for a few breaths. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, come high up onto the toes. Walk, step, float your feet forward. We're going to meet in a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, slowly rise up. Swing those arms up and over the head. Exhale, hands to chest in prayer. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or float. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward dog. Good. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Roll out the ankle. So start with clockwise or anti-clockwise 3 or 4 times. And then start to roll it out the other way. Good. Inhale, come high onto the right toes. Exhale, bring that left foot between the hands. Swing those arms up for a crescent lunge on the left side. Remember, you can keep that right leg straight or slightly bent or very bent. Remember to keep that right glute engaged. Inhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Breathing here, twisting from the core. Now start to reach forward with that right hand. We're coming into a revolved half moon. Lift that right leg up, right fingers down. Chest twisting towards the left. Trying to straighten that right leg as much as you can. Right foot or toes can be pointing down. On your next exhale, bring that left hand down. Roll on the ball of your hip. We're coming into a warrior 3 prep. So fingers down. Straighten out that upper body. Straighten out that right leg. Thinking of like one line between the top of your head down to your right heel. Lengthening in the spine. We're doing Shiva squats here, so exhale, bend that right knee, tap the right knee to the outside of the left calf. Inhale, back up to warrior 3 prep. Exhale, right knee to the left calf. Inhale, back up to warrior 3 prep. Last one. Exhale, right knee, left calf. Inhale, back up, warrior 3 prep. Good. Inhale, let's come up. Keep that right foot from touching the ground. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg, above or below the knee, whatever you're comfortable with. Balancing here, hands to chest in prayer, staring at one point in front of you, down towards the floor. Reaching the right knee slightly backwards, feeling the opening of the right hip. Extending in the spine, reaching the crown of the head up. Inhale, bring that right knee up towards the chest. Begin to straighten that right leg, keeping your upper body straight, your left leg straight. Just kind of nice lines here, a nice straight line in your right leg, straight line in your upper body, straight line in that left standing leg. Good. Now as we exhale, we swing that right foot back, bring it to the back of the mat, sink into that right thigh for a side lunge to the right. Good. Let's inhale, come into a warrior two, point those right toes slightly inward, ease into that left thigh. Extend the arms away from you, left arm forward, right arm back. Coming back to the breath. Coming back to Ujjayi if you lost it. Now we're going to do those three-legged or one-legged vinyasas. So we're going to keep that left leg hovering, one-legged plank, lowering down to a one-legged chaturanga, inhaling to an upward dog, exhaling to a downward dog. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, windmill the hands down, left leg behind you, hovering, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill those hands down, left leg back, lower one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, wave up. Exhale, swing those hands down. Left leg back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands. Inhale, we come back up to a warrior two. Nice, steady, comfortable warrior two here. A nice distribution of the weight between the front and the back leg. Nice and proud, confident, strong warrior. Exhale, bring the hands down, step the left foot back into a plank pose. Good. Inhale, move forward high onto the right or onto the toes. Exhale, lower slowly, down all the way. Arrange yourself on your mat. We're coming back into a Sphinx pose. So engage the glutes, press into the elbows, into the hands, open up that chest. Inhale, press up to seal if you want to, lifting the elbows. Remember to keep those shoulders broad, those collarbones broad, engaging the glutes. Exhale, lower the elbows, lower the chest. We're going to come into a locust. So bring the hands beneath the shoulders, point those toes. We're going to lift everything up. So you're basically going to be balancing on the hips, on the lower belly. Let's do 5 repetitions. So inhale, lift everything up, the thighs, the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower down. Good. Shake out the hips. Rest your forehead maybe on the hands just for a second. Good. Bring those hands beneath the shoulders. Tuck your feet, tuck those toes. We're going to press up into a plank. Inhale, plank pose. Good. Hold it here just for a few breaths. Really reaching the upper back up towards the sky. Nice and engaged plank pose. You don't want anything to sag here. Everything needs to be firm. Like hollowing that chest where your upper spine is really reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. Good. Inhale, maybe bring those feet together. Maybe try and hop forward. So come high onto the toes. Come up towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's roll up the spine. Swing those arms up. Exhale, sit back into a chair pose. Good. Really think about bringing that 90-degree angle into the knees, your thighs becoming parallel with the mat, or at least aiming to do so. It doesn't have to be exactly parallel. Holding it here. If you want, option to lift the heels, come up onto the toes. 2 more breaths. Exhale, lower all the way down to a squat. Now let's do a little arm balance here just to kind of finish up the strong part of the practice. We'll do a crow pose. If you can't do a crow pose, then maybe just try. So bring your hands in front of you. You can try it with one leg. So you're going to bring the knees to the backs of your tricep, so above the elbow. And if you haven't tried crow pose before, then you can simply lift one leg up and then try and lift the other. If that works, great. If not, then simply lift one leg up. Bring more weight forward, so move your head forward, really putting weight onto the fingers, and then slightly try and lift that right foot up, and that could be good practice. And then switch sides, right foot up or right heel towards the glute, and then just gradually, slightly lifting the left toes. And if you want, you can come into a full crow pose. Breathing here for just a few breaths. Exhale. Bring the feet back down into a squat. Roll out those wrists. This is pretty tough on the wrists. That's why you always want to keep those wrists healthy. Warming up, cooling down, etc. Good. Let's bring the hips down. Feet out in front of you. We're going to come into reverse tabletop. So bring those hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the front of the mat. Inhale, let's lift the hips up. Really lifting those hips all the way up towards the sky as much as you can. Feeling that nice stretch in the front deltoids, the anterior deltoid. Maybe moving forward and backwards. Good. Now let's straighten the legs. Keep those hands pressing into the mat. We're going to keep the hips lifted. Straighten the legs. And then move the hips back between the hands. So our hips are lifted. This is a modified L-sit. Inhale, reach the hips back up. Let's just do 2 more of this. If you can't, you can always lower the hips to the ground, to the mat. So lower those hips, extend those legs, bring the hips between the hands, pressing into those hands. Inhale, back up. Reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower the hips, straighten those legs, keep them hovering. Inhale, hips back up.
reverse tabletop. Move those hips forward, bring them down right behind the heels. Continuing this shoulder stretch. Inhale, lift that chest up slightly. Exhale, bend those elbows. Make sure they don't flare out to any side. They're kind of parallel to each other, reaching the back of your mat. Good. Straighten those arms. Center on your mat. You can stay where you are. I'm going to face the camera. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So bring your legs as wide as you can, as wide as you're comfortable. Maybe press your hands into the mat a little bit just to kind of arrange your pelvis. Take a deep inhale, straighten that spine. And then as you exhale, let's fold forward. However much you can. Don't worry, nobody's keeping score. A lot of people are much more flexible than others, especially in this pose. A lot of people can do the pancake, reaching their chest all the way down. So whatever or wherever you are in this pose, as long as you're feeling it in the groin, in the hamstrings, then that's okay. That's good. Maybe slowly walk your hands very slightly if you feel like you can go deeper into this pose. And obviously use the breath to help you. So as you inhale, you sort of lengthen, and then as you exhale, you fold slightly. Good. Inhale, let's walk the hands back up slowly. Maybe use the hands to kind of bend those knees again. Maybe we sort of just shake out the legs a little bit and then arrange yourself back on your mat if you came to the side. Let's slowly lower down onto our backs. Bring the heels close to the glutes. Let's press into the feet. Lift those hips for bridge. Just to sort of counter what we just did. Kind of get a nice balance in our body before we end this practice. On your next exhale, let's lower the hips down. Hug the knees into the chest. Grab the outsides of the feet or your thighs, the inner thighs, if this is more comfortable for you. Or you can grab the outside, the knife edge of both feet. For happy baby, pulling those knees down towards the mat. Breathing in to your entire body. On your next inhale, bring the knees back to the chest. Now splay both those hands out or extend them out to both sides. And then let's drop the knees as they are to the right. Slowly. If there's any discomfort here, then increase that angle of the knees. Feel this in the side body and the left side body. Inhale, use that internal strength to bring the knees back up to center. And then on our exhale, we drop the knees to the left. Remember, increase that angle if this feels slightly uncomfortable to you.
Inhale back to center. Give those knees a hug. So wrap your hands or arms around the knees. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Extend those legs, those hands, those arms. Take all the space you need. Allow the feet to fall open. Palms of the hands facing the sky. For our last pose of the practice, Shavasana. The most important pose, reminding us of balance, reminding us of stillness. So all that hard work that we did needs to be balanced with surrender, with relaxation. Maybe begin scanning that body from the toes, up through the legs, the hips, torso, shoulders, the head. Really finding points in the body that need more conscious relaxation. And that energetic awareness of your body and breathing. Breathing relaxation into every part. Spend a few minutes here. I strongly encourage it. The video will end. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel nice and strong. Mind sharp. Feeling present in your mind and in your body. Thank you so much again. Have a great day or evening. Namaste.